Evening East Africa, welcome to yet a brand new and also exciting week of the desk. Now more than ever, I'm yours truly, Shadrach Shagaf Kisame. And guess what? Tonight is actually an exclusive. We are with Mr. Ivan Tulibamwe. He's actually someone who's Elvin Tulibamwe.
Yeah.
And he's actually one of the people that have actually published a lot about youth inclusion, how the youths are included in a lot of things: business, academics, politics, economics, entrepreneurship. Name it. He's very passionate about youth inclusion, and trust me, the time he leaves Makerere University and hits the employment sector, it is a fire. Welcome to the show. Good to see you, Elvin. Good to see you, Elvin.
Good to see you too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The number on your screen is how Elvin contacted me, and he's here. So for everything you need, just the number on your screen, send me a WhatsApp and I'll definitely be able to get back to you. Elvin, let's just talk about, I feel like the youths blow it out of proportion and they never prepare.
True.
Yes.
I'm Elvin, like you said.
Yep.
And I like to call myself a youth.
Yeah.
Because for me, I think in the 21st century, one of the biggest privilege we have is being a young person.
Yeah.
I like to refer to the statistics of the day, which are factual.
Yeah.
That an average Ugandan is 15 years of age.
Yeah.
That has a lot to speak about what we are as a country and what we ought to be as a country.
Yeah.
But what we need to assess is, have we benefited from the demographic dividend as young people?
Yeah.
If an average Ugandan is 15 years of age, that means that we have a lot to do with our economy.
Yeah.
We have a lot to do with our politics.
Yes.
We have a lot to do with issues of environment as young people.
Because we're the majority.
We are the majority.
Yeah.
But how far have we done that?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a duty as young people to rally young people to live life to the fullest while they still have the chance.
Very important. Young people rally young people. Yes. But it seems like the elderly are being very vocal.
They're being very vocal, and that is why it takes young people like us to rally young people to take the spaces.
Yeah.
Because one fact there is that the old people will not give us the space. We have to go for the space and take the space.
Yeah.
But Shadrach, you and I know that it takes boldness for us to walk and occupy the spaces that our fathers and grandfathers are taking.
Are we ready, Ivan? Aren't we just being so, Elvin, aren't we just being so ambitious?
Ambitious,
are we ready?
Yes. Ambitious, yes. And readiness is another issue that we have to discuss. It takes a lot. And remember, Shadrach, to be ready, you have to be prepared.
Yeah.
You have to be oriented.
Yeah.
And who is supposed to orient us?
Yeah.
Our great-grandparents, our grandparents, our fathers.
Yes.
But have they done so? And you think they will do so if they are still in the spaces that we want to take? What does that mean? It will take none but us to get ourselves ready and fight for the spaces.
Yeah.
So ambitious, you're right.
Yeah.
Ready, we are not ready, but who will make us ready?
Yeah.
It's again us. We have a duty to prepare ourselves for those positions and go for them.
Yes.
Whether
because what really the topic that is really always is exciting is that the youth, is it a complaining issue? Is it because things are not as factual? A youth is going to come out, they want a job, but even the normal Microsoft or the Excel packages, Excel Access, and you can't. So how can someone give you a job? How can someone bring you up to where you want to get? Yet you can't even operate normal packages.
Exactly. Now, Shadrach, there is one thing that I have known for some time now.
Yeah.
As a country or as a generation, we have been intoxicated by a system of education that does not prepare us for life, but a system that squeezes money out of us under the guise of giving us an education that does not translate into what the world requires. But most of us get to learn the real lessons after school. So coming back to your point is, remember, a young person spends most of his life in school, in our system. By the time you graduate, you are 20-something. At 20 or before 20, those are the years when you're supposed to do the biggest thing. People who have innovated Facebook, people who have innovated Apple, did it in their early 20s.
Yeah.
These are the years we spend in school.
Wouldn't it, okay, before you continue, wouldn't it be not realistic for an African? Africans, we do exploits at 30. Don't you think it would be too much for an African child to do an exploit at 16 to 20?
It is not unheard of, and it is not impossible.
Yes,
it can be made possible.
Yes.
But Isaac, you and I have a duty
to
start to orient ourselves right away from school. Mm-hmm. See what you do at university. Beyond the classroom lecture or beyond your interaction with the library at the university. We need to tell our fellow students or students at the university that beyond the classroom, they need to do something more than classroom. Learn a skill. You see? It could be a writing skill. It could be a speaking skill. Mm-hmm. It could be driving. It could be graphic designing. These things that help us grow as individuals. That is what pushes us to the market. That's what creates the value in us. So employers can begin looking for us. Because
as we go for a short break, value creation, before we even talk about addition, value creation in the youth, don't you think it's one of the nightmares that we have failed to tackle as, first of all, the youth ourselves, but even our mentors? Value creation, because addition is when I have a degree, then I'll just have to add something. But value creation, how do I create? I'm still in school, I'm not qualified whatsoever, but I start to create something. Just take us through that.
Exactly. How you create value now from a perspective of an educationist. You create value by adding skills. Let's skill adding. But by incorporating new skills within you that are not alien, skills that you can get from the internet. We have the internet
now.
Even if I didn't know or go to school for graphic designing, I could do 5 tutorials and design graphics. Even if I did not go to school to learn creative writing, I could go to YouTube and learn creative writing.
Just like that.
Even if I went to YouTube, I could learn driving. I could learn public speaking. And in 1 year or two, even as I leave campus, I am an expert at creative writing. I am an expert at technical writing. That is the value within me.
Elvin, are the youths lazy?
They are. I'm sorry, that is hostile, but we are.
Because with these materials available to us, internet, but let's also talk about internet is expensive. So you cannot say every youth has access to internet. Internet is expensive.
That's a deep conversation, because what makes internet expensive? It's our politics. Where did we start from? Youth inclusion. When we have youth participate in politics and begin to influence policy, they will begin to pass policies that favor young people, which internet is a part of young people. When we had, if at all we have young people in parliament influencing policy, we wouldn't have taxes that are disturbing us with OTT. So, Shadrach, let us push ourselves to influential positions, so we influence policy and pass laws and policies that run in favor of young people. That is how we will harmonize internet. That is how we will explore it. That is how we will revamp the education system and have a system that works for us. Because
I want to understand you saying that where it all starts from, the genesis is youth inclusion.
And youth inclusion will not take only our elders who we are rallying to include us. It will also take us, because Isaac, there is no free space, there is no free lunch. That is what I tell my friends. There is no free lunch.
You gotta work for it.
You gotta work for it. Move out there, and as you work for it, show that you can. Because I have seen friends, you're a young person, you're employed, but you're incompetent. You get? That kills the morale of employing another person. So let us get ready. Let us get the value within ourselves. Even as we fight for the spaces. When we get to the spaces, let us use the spaces. When we send young people to parliament, what do they do?
Exactly. Now on that point, I want us to take a short break. When we come back, we talk about the youth in parliament. What are they? Last time I was meeting with the youth president, the president of the Youth Association of Uganda, and he was, trying to tell me what they are doing. So we want to find out the youth leaders, what are they doing, and then civil society space. How are they coming to, help the youth, impact them, to get them in a space where, it is conducive. Now, do not go where we are still with Elvin Turibamwe. The desk returns in a bit. And welcome back. Now, if you're just joining us, I'm actually afraid you've missed the very first, very insightful, very educational segment of the desk. Now, this edition right here, we're tackling youth inclusion. We're tackling how and why not the youth have not been included in spaces. Now, we left off, Elvin, where we're saying the youth in parliament, the youth leadership. What are they not doing right to include? Is it when they go into this place, is this just for them to get and eat, or are they actually doing what they are doing? Or if they are not doing, then why do we need these bodies?
Thank you very much, Shadrach.
Yeah.
Now, what we also need to understand is that our politics is a whole system that is constructed. You get? And it's not clean.
Yeah.
I will not fear to say that. It's not clean.
Yeah.
We have very competent, very powerful youth leaders.
Yeah.
But when they get into our politics,
Yeah.
what does our politics do to them? And
So,
what do they do to our politics?
Okay, because that's what I was going to ask. Is it the politics intoxicating them, or they are naturally like that? They just got power and forgot everything they told us?
70%, I believe that it is our politics that intoxicates them, because I've interacted with very good leaders prior to taking on leadership positions. But 3 years later, you have a conversation with the same man.
And this is not the guy I talked to.
You see? So it is our politics, but we cannot blame politics. It's an abstract.
Yes, it's an abstract.
It's an abstract. You don't talk to politics and
say
blame
politics is the one, yes.
So we have to come back to the drawing board.
Yes.
And as we send people, we orient them, we align them to a cause that this is a generational cause they have to front. You get? Even when they get to parliament and you won, and we've seen some of them perform. Honorable Anna Deke has performed. Honorable Mpaka Mwine was one of the most performing members of parliament. So we have those. If we can send in more young people who are well prepared, because we believe that we can prepare young people to a level where they cannot be compromised by our politics. You get? If we have them ready, like I talked about ready for those positions, we can get something done. You see? But as of whether they have performed or not, we want to believe they have.
Are the youths, are they open to mentorship? Because I believe this preparation, or the process of preparation and being ready, is a process of mentorship. Exactly. Do we have that in the spaces now?
We could be, but who mentors? And whoever is supposed to mentor, can you mentor someone who is going to take your position? Shadrach, you're here hosting Elvin. Can you mentor me to take your position? Human beings by nature are selfish and
greedy.
And if you were to mentor me to take your position, then you're going to be one in a million. You get? So who mentors the young people? Go to our political parties. Do we have structures through which young people in political parties go through to be mentored to take on maybe party president or party general secretary? Some of us have been born to see the same general secretaries, the same party presidents steering parties. You get? So where are the young people that were being mentored? That means our political parties or political system also have to be checked to see, are they for the youth? And if as youth we realize that these political parties are not for us, then we will find a way
of getting your own political parties. You don't have money.
That could be part of it, but we can decide to do things different. We can decide to go non-political. I don't subscribe to any political party.
Really?
You get?
You sounded like a politician.
No, I'm sorry if I did. I don't subscribe to any, and I don't intend to, because I believe in none. If there was one that is led by an individual who identifies with me,
visionary individual who identifies with you,
we are beginning to see those.
Yeah.
But as a conscious man, I have to interrogate their causes before I subscribe. But at least we appreciate the fact that...
Before we even continue, are you a serious patriotic citizen? Do you vote?
Yes, I do. I participate in every political activity.
But you don't subscribe to a political party?
I don't. Because it is people, I don't want to use ignorant or something, that do not believe in politics. Because I believe it has a toll on everything.
It's in bed with everything, economics, business, everything.
Yes, so as a learned human being, I cannot say I will not vote. Because the systems are not okay. Engage in them as you push for the sanitization of what you think is wrong.
It's not right.
Yes. So Shadrach, again, I think people like you, a TV presenter, a show host, people like me, a writer, a publisher, and a communications person, I think we have a duty through our writings, through our communication, through our social media.
But are the youth even consuming our material? If they switch on, because U24 plays new music, it plays new movies, so when they switch on, music is off. It's the other things of politics. It's the other things, and then they switch. I will go back when the movie is next. So don't you think the youths are not taking advantage of the publications you do, the materials that I bring in insightful people every day? Don't you think that the youths have a role to play in also consuming what has been given to them?
They do have a role, but we as creators of this that they consume, we have a duty to find a way to include them. Shadrach, if you host high-end people here every day, a youth downtown will have no business watching.
There's no relatability.
There is no relatability.
Yeah.
But how about you host young people downtown who are doing simple jewelry, who are repairing phones, and they have the ideas. They will begin to feel, hey, even me, a phone repairer, omuyiribi, downtown,
omuntu wa wansi,
I can also, the nation has something to listen from me. That is how we begin to pull them. Even me as a publisher, as a communications person, I want to write stories
that relate with them.
You get? That is how we'll pull them to consume our content. That is how we'll influence them. You will realize that we are in a dispensation where young people are so much involved like never before in the politics. They know what laws has been
but don't you think they're too biased? Yes, I love the involvement, but the involvement is not genuine. The involvement is we are being tortured. They are not caring about us. They do not dig deep. I really would love to listen to someone who is not biased. I would love to, like, you see how you're making your presentation. Who is very objective. But now, the only problem I have with our fellow youth is batunyigiriza, tulibubi. You've not even assessed, you've not done anything.
You know what brings that, Shadrach? It is when we get to the extremes of things. When we get to the extremes of things, our reasoning is shattered, and for some reason we cannot comprehend situations. Even for this interview, if you don't break and we go to the extremes of conversations, I will cease to reason the way I should. That is why we have commercial breaks.
Yeah, because people are emotional and
exactly.
Yes.
But because now the situation has gone to the extreme where youth have been excluded to the dot, they get to the extremes and they cannot reason no more to know that, oh, if I want a job, am I ready for the job?
Do I have what it takes?
Do I have what it takes to get the job?
Have I looked enough?
Have I looked enough for the jobs? But because I'm at the extreme of seeing my elder brothers, 5 of them who completed Makera with the first class without a job
on the road,
and I'm also completing. The extreme is that I've seen them unemployed for 10 years. I'm at the extreme of desperation that I cannot get a job. The only thing
there's nothing you can tell me anymore.
There's nothing you can tell me because I've seen 10 of them with the first class and they are nowhere. So there is no way, Shadrach, you will convince me that I should reason enough to think that I can prepare for a job. You get? So we need to kill the extremism. We need to begin to loosen up this by talking to our elders and also talking to the young people. Before we know it, the reasoning will start to come.
You know, you made, as I go for short break, you made something very, very important, and this is for my producer Shem to also know. I was in this place where they repair a lot of electricals. Where is that place? Katwe. So I'm there in Katwe. Oba was looking for what? And then I was with a certain person, and then I enter, and I'm like, oh, chiri, oba chame koba what? And he's like, olabika ku TV. And a person is not even the owner of the shop, but they are repairing things, and the guy watches the desk. But when you look at the guy in an overall, you don't think that the guy actually watches the desk.
People are following. People know these issues, but we need to empower the young person. We need to empower the young girl to get to a level where they know that even if I come from deep down in Busoga, deep down in Bushenyi district, in the poorest of the schools, I have something within me that can get me to the very best.
I have something to bring to the table.
I have something to put to the table. So until our young people reach that level of self-esteem, that level of confidence, I don't come from a very wealthy background or what, but I'm bold enough to make my point.
To come here, make your point, influence others.
And I know, Shadrach, the story is not any
different.
It's
not the same. You can. I'm a muntu wa wansi purely.
You get. But it took you self-discovery. It took you personal development. It took you a certain level of self-esteem and boldness to say no. I can do this.
Elvin,
I can bring my young people.
On that point of boldness, self-realization, self-evaluation, that point exactly, I want us to tackle that in the last segment. Let me go for a short break. When we come back, we talk to the youth about that, because that is lacking. Now, do not go away. The desk returns in a bit. Welcome back to the last segment of this very insightful, educational, and also informative episode of The Desk. I tell you, now more than ever, I'm still yours truly, Shadrach Shagaf Kisame. I'm with Mr. Elvin Turibamwe. I'm telling you, this man, he speaks it as he knows it. He speaks it as he's had it all and over again. He's factual, statistical. He's gone through this, and he's actually stepping out into this life where we're looking for jobs. Now, boldness, confidence. Some people can't even walk into an interview room, some of our fellows, and talk for 2 minutes.
Now, Shadrach, on that note, I want to start by a book I read by Samuel Chirunda.
Yeah.
The book is titled Transcending Beyond Our Heritages of Birth.
Yes.
Now, that is one of the best books I have read. The title itself.
It speaks a lot, speaks volumes.
How do we transcend beyond our heritages? How do I transcend beyond my village where I was raised? How do you, Shadrach, transcend beyond
my family, my muzigo, to
yes.
get to a better place,
and get elevated to a level where you know that this has nothing to speak to where I have to go.
Where I have to be, right.
I have a lot to do within myself,
right,
and do something.
Right.
So that is a level where we need to get to. Every time you get to a camera or a platform like this, look into the camera and tell that young girl out there that you know what? You have a certain potential within you that has to be worked upon. Not by anyone, not by your parents or by anyone, but by you yourself. How many books do you read? How many people do you interact with, and which kind of people do you interact with?
Talking about reading books, do you think it's a problem that we are not consuming that material?
Exactly.
Because they say to hide something from an African man, put it in the book. And an African man is the youth, ourselves.
And it is us. And you think it's any different?
I don't
Absolutely
think so.
True. How many times do we read? How often do we read? That is why our contemporaries in the US and the UK have done. They read quite too much. They discover quite too much. They're interested quite too much more than us. That's why they appear to know more than we know. But we know quite a lot.
Someone once told me garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage. What you put in is what you put out.
So they go into this interview room, not well read, not prepared, speaking garbage.
They don't get the job, they blame the systems.
Blame government.
You see?
What are we going to do, Elvin?
This is the chance. Speak to your little brother. Speak to the people watching out there.
It starts with me.
Them, it starts with you.
Okay.
It starts with me. If it's a political opposition, run for it yourself. Don't come here, you 24, and tell people, young people, go for political positions. Go for them.
How about you? Have you gone for it?
Yes, we've gone for them. We will go for them. And we will keep engaging. But to influence, you don't have to be a member of parliament you influence in quite a number of capacities. Everyone, as a football player, a young person, as a musician, a young person who is a writer, a young person who is an entrepreneur, you influence in your spaces. Every 5 people you tell that, come on, Shadrach, let's do this. If I start a mobile money shop, support a young person. If a young person is in politics, we support them. If a young person is a writer, we buy their material. If a young person like Shadrach hosts a TV show like this, we engage with him, we share our ideas. We make this a generational cause. And what we are for is a generational cause. And
what we're doing is we're including the youth.
We are including the young people.
But now after your submission, I'm now believing you that youth inclusion is the nightmare.
It is the nightmare.
We're not being included.
Because what you should know is from our statistics of an average Ugandan being 15 years of age, be sure that for the next 100 years, Uganda is still going to be a young country that it is. We are one of the young countries in the world. Probably the second or third youngest.
Yes.
You get? What does that mean? it should be young people in development, it should be young people in commerce. And you know that 21st century
because,
problems,
we understand each other.
21st century problems need 21st century solutions.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 21st century problems need 21st century solutions. Yes.
And we are the 21st century people.
Right.
If we don't go, if first of all we don't identify the problems, we will not solve them. If we have people of another generation identifying our problems and not allowing us to
and being
solve
the
them,
saviors, coming in as the
exactly.
saviors.
So for us, we are awakened, we are enlightened. First of all, we have identified that they are part of the problem.
So you want to eliminate them?
We want to eliminate them completely.
That is political.
Okay, it's political, but we want to do away with them.
Yeah.
Come and face the problems first.
Yeah.
Prepare ourselves to embrace them.
Yeah.
And we will take them on. And 20 years from now, this is going to be a young country for young people.
With young people in charge.
Young people in charge, there is going to be opportunities for us and everyone and our children.
Yeah, yeah. You know, as we wind up, Elvin, as we wind up this whole thing, how can civil society space, the NGOs, these people, come in to, help boost people's esteem, show us this vision? What would you need? Would you need, for instance, let's say it's Elvin, how would these people help you in preaching this gospel?
On that, I've engaged quite a lot with civil society.
Yeah.
And I know that they are doing very many activities with young people, but we also need to audit them.
Really?
Are they penetrated by forces that are not for us? We have, Shadrach, I will tell you that we have youth organizations that have MDs who are 50 years old. How can a youth NGO be run by a man who is 50 years?
What do they know that really I feel?
For us,
yeah.
Does it still qualify to be called
a youth
NGO? I have been to youth activities where the average attendees are 40 years old. A youth organization, but because they are living out allowance, their allowances,
sitting allowances,
per diems, and all these.
Yes.
Our fathers are taking those spaces and they tap the campaign Youth for Education, Youth for this. You see? So we need to audit those efforts. But I also know that there are some that are doing
they are genuine.
They are genuine. They are doing a good job.
Right.
They look at the youth manifesto. They follow the youth manifestos. They make press releases for young people. But we need to audit them as young people, and we also need to force our way into them. Evaluate them. If there is an NGO that is masquerading to be a youth NGO but it's being managed by old people, and they are using youth to tap money from donors, running youth activities. So I think that's the usual song of the day. That's what these people are singing every day. Youth at their old. Persons with disabilities, PWs, the elderly. They are getting money.
How can government help us with such?
Let's get into government.
Okay, let you get into government, then you're able. So you don't trust that. you don't trust the current government to do that, to handle that for you.
I trust it. Yeah. But supposing we are there.
Okay, it would be much better.
It would be much better. Things would move a little faster. At its rate, a lot is being done. Young people therein. We have young people in cabinet. We have young people in parliament. LC councillors and all those people are there. But let's flood there. Let's flood there. If we are 15%, if we are more than 87% young people
in there,
why not have a parliament that is 80% youth?
How would that be? You people are given a chance. You came with sticks and started fighting in parliament.
You see, when you say you people, it is good to say who, which young people.
Because there's no old person who can flex in parliament. It's the youth who are flexing. That scenario.
Are you sure our fathers didn't flex?
It was you, the young people. The photos were everywhere. Or if young
people flex in parliament and the youth and the old people flex with the papers and policy and all that, what would our fighting mean? You get?
So you're saying it's better you come physically flex, and that's what that kind of
all fronts.
What I hate with the youth is the politics of intolerism, the politics of hooliganism. That's I wouldn't want that for where we have to beat someone, Ivan, because Ivan doesn't subscribe to Shadrach,
which is rooted in extremism, which we are trying to kill. You get? So at the end of the day, Shadrach, we have a duty, you and me, to keep engaging, to keep talking to young people, and keep spreading the message of revamping our education system, revamping our economy, and revamping our spirituality and all those. Because the problems of every generation, 10 generations back and 10 generations to come, will be only ignorance, poverty, and disease. Shadrach, there is no problem of humanity that transcends the three. Our great-grandfathers and our great-grandchildren. It's either going to be ignorance, it's going to be poverty, and it's going to be disease. If I ever have another chance to talk to you, it should be those three.
We'll definitely create time. Our time is really well spent. These guys are telling me the movie. You know, there's some people who just watch the disc and they're like, get off Shadrach, the movie. Thank you, Elvin.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for talking to us. I think you people out there have actually picked a leaf or two. Elvin here on Flames, he's trying to change the nation, sensitize his fellow youth. He actually said 21st century problems have 21st century solutions, and the 21st century people should actually take this head on. Now, from me and the entire 24 management, would like to sign out. Would like to say good night, good luck, adios for God and my country, and may the good Lord bless this beautiful Uganda. Now, until next week, same place, same time, and of course, same host. Good night.